Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Pearson Podcast, episode 45, or at least I think it's 45. Now, right off the bat, you may hear that if it's directional audio, that way, there is a rainstorm, and rain is blasting on my window, and you'd be correct if you thought you heard that. And to your left, my door is shaking because of the wind. So that is the scenario. I hope the audio doesn't bother you too much. Ideally, hopefully, the mic's not even picking it up, but knowing me, it's probably picking up every single thing. But regardless, and another thing is I realized when I was watching back the previous podcast, every time I move this and adjust it, then there was like some really bad feedback, or not feedback, but whatever. Let's get into this. Trying to make this as pleasant as an experience for anybody that wants to listen as possible, but let's get right into the juice. Today, we're going to be talking about perspective and ways that I have found to find perspective, basically. Now, what is perspective, you may ask? And, some probably already know, but it's kind of realizing what you have, realizing the situation that you're in, and just being thankful for everything that you have in the moment, and not really focusing on what you want, where you want to be, things like that. It's, and then you might ask, why is perspective valuable? Well, I don't know, I'm just kidding. No, well, it makes you feel good about your life. It makes you, lose a little bit of the anxiety because you know that you're comfortable where you are, and maybe comfortable wasn't the right word, but at least appreciative to just be alive, regardless of if you have nothing and no one, you are still alive. And a point that made me made me think of this morning is say you have nothing, alright? You have yourself, and yourself is a huge gift, a huge gift. But let's go a step further. You have someone, a family member, or just a good friend, or a girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. Think of it in life like, think of if life was, rewind to when life was just nothing, just no human interaction, or no human interference, or whatever you want to call it. Humans, there's no buildings, there's no roads, there's nothing, just Earth. What would be the thing that you want to see the most? Another person. Because, like, even a car, even if, we gave a caveman a car, he would rather just have another person. People are this thing that you almost see, and you're like, and I feel like you take it for granted because we live in a world where obviously people are everywhere, but it's like people are things that money can't buy, and people are things that are, ever evolving. I'm trying to compare it, maybe I'll compare it to like, a present or a gift. Obviously, you're not buying or selling any people anytime soon. But like that's the ultimate. A person, just a person, is the ultimate just thing that you want. Like, I mean, at least this is what I'm thinking. This is just my brain. Obviously, I'm not speaking for the masses. Um, I just say these things, and I don't even know if they're true. I'm just, spitting as truthfully as I can say it. Um, but I'm getting a little off topic here. Let me go over a few. So right off the bat, happy late Veterans Day. Um, and I'm so thankful for anybody that wants to be, wants to go into the army, or the military. People that have done it before. Really, I mean, this is gonna be one of the topics of how I get perspective, and it might be a little, triggering to some. Maybe some people that have been in war. So, but basically, so, so right off the bat, let me just get into the juice. How do I find perspective, like, when I need it? How can I go to something and it make me feel not better, but incredibly appreciative of where I am, and respecting, and a lot of that good stuff is I'll watch old, or not even old, but war footage. Um, doesn't matter what war really, but if you just go on YouTube and look up war footage, for sure be careful of what you look up, because some of it's graphic, of course, but I don't like watching you don't need to watch graphic stuff, for sure. You do not need to watch anything that's graphic. You just need to see that right now, as you're watching this podcast and as I'm sitting here talking about it, people are over there fighting for this right now, fighting for the right for you to watch this podcast, and fighting for me to be able to sit here and say these things. I mean, and it's not something that, I mean, sorry, that wind's going crazy. I really hope you can't hear it, but I'm almost certain you can hear it clear. I'm trying not to get distracted from it, because this is a serious topic, But yeah, I watch war footage, and then after, I will just be so much more appreciative of where I am, and I think I've gone into it enough to where people understand it. So I don't want to milk that dry too much. I can already tell it's going to be a short podcast, because this wind is just like distracting the crap out of me. But nonetheless, I will try and go for at least half an hour. Yeah, there's like crazy storms been happening. My friend Dallas, he lives right by this major river. It's like a huge river that goes through our state, and he literally lives probably, I don't know, 30 yards from the river, and all that's in between the river and the house is probably 9 foot high dam like type thing. And I don't like the river's not over because that'd be like insane, but it's just so much rain that, or at least I don't think the river's over, but there's just so much rain that he lives in the farmlands and it just pools up, I guess. So hope he's doing good for real. I mean, I think they just had to relocate, so hopefully they're doing good. Thoughts and prayers to them. Yeah. So I uploaded my first videos on the channel I that my new channel, the channel where I make 10-hour videos of nature stuff. I'm not sharing the name, remember. I'm going to keep it private for as long as I can for, I'd like to hit 100,000 subscribers before I reveal it. I think that'd be cool. But, man, I'm sorry. I really hope you can't hear this wind. Alright, whatever. What I need to do, okay, I'll explain this real quick, is I have an air conditioner in my window, and so basically, like, the wind can just blow right through the air conditioner. So what I'm probably going to have to do, sadly, is take it out and just be able to close the window. But, you have fresh air or you have wind and rain blowing into your room. I don't know. It's hard to say. Okay. So, I said in the previous video that, mark my words, I would get 10 subscribers. Well, I only got 2. Myself and my little brother. So, there goes that. But, I told you I would let you know if I was right or wrong. And I was wrong. But, not discouraged at all. The whole thing about this is almost like stock footage. You build a library, and then eventually there's so many to choose from that. See, that's the difference between these videos and other types of videos. It's like other type of videos is, or some types of YouTubers, is the videos only really relevant when it, is like, a couple days, a couple weeks old. But, when it's like, when you see a video about certain topics or in the world, or, a video game that's older, you're kind of, less inclined to click it. But, like, these videos where it's, 10 hours of just landscapes, it's like, you don't care if it's 10 years old because it's the same thing, more or less, than what it is now. So basically, like stock footage is you build up a giant library, and then you have higher chances of people going back to videos that they like and stuff like that. So I do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday every single week. I might do 3 days a week, but nah, I'm doing 4. See, I don't have a 9 to 5, so I want to make this like my 9 to 5, more or less. Only it's more like half an hour of work and then I go on a walk. That's the life I want. Like, see, I don't know. I'm a little off today. I'm a little off today, so I apologize. Ever since Halloween, I've started eating healthier and working out. And so it's the 15th today. So in about 16 days, I went I went from, I think my all-time high was like 200 something, 200 and couple pounds, and I was like, shoot, 200? Whew. And I was there for probably, I don't know, a while. I for some reason I've been gaining a lot of weight this year ever since I started the podcast, because I could look like when I go to the doctor, it tells you what you weigh and everything, so I look back at what I weighed in the beginning of the year, and it was like 179 or something like that, and then a few months later, I think it was probably like 20 or so days ago, I was like 200 pounds. And I stayed 200 pounds for months of this year. But now I am down to 184 in just, 15 days. And it's not like I've been starving myself. Like, the first couple of days, I was going through some stuff, so I, didn't have an appetite and just wasn't feeling great. So I didn't eat for like a day or two, or much. So that kind of catapulted it. I think I lost like 3 pounds in a couple of days, and I was like, whoa, it's easier than I thought. All I need to do is, obviously not, I'm not starving myself whatsoever. But basically after that, I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna cut out eating like snacks, like crazy, eating snacks. Eating a giant lunch, and eating dessert. Those 3 things, I think are just making me just shed weight, because a lot of times I would have dessert almost every day, every night. And my mom is like a professional baker, so there's always like delicious stuff. And then lunches, I be chefing, so I can make anything I want, practically. And a lot of the time, what I wanted was a big old delicious grilled cheese made with bread that I made, which is white bread, which, obviously isn't good for you. And so it's just like bread, butter, cheese, and then tomato sauce, to dip it in. But that's like, anyway, oh my god, I could devour 7 right now. So good, but it's, so much calcium. And, it's just bread and butter, and nothing's healthy about that. Maybe the tomato sauce, you know what I mean? But, or, marinara or whatever, but yeah. Why did I bring that up? Oh, yeah. So, for lunches, I'm like, just to have like some giant delicious lunch. And one, obviously giant delicious lunch, I'm overeating. Giant. And after I ate that, like I almost always had to lay down and take a nap. Because it was just like too much, you know what I mean? Like your body's like trying to process all this stuff, and probably especially the cheese takes a lot more energy to process, but who knows? But yeah, so I just eat like I never eat breakfast. I've never ate breakfast, but I do have coffee in the morning. And heck, if I can continue doing the coffee thing, that's great, but I don't know. I just need to find, I think I need to find a different thing for my coffee. Like, I don't know. Because I've almost got addicted to that warm, delicious feeling in the morning. When I wake up, you just, you want to start the day off nice, and I know I have a delicious coffee every morning. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Something about that I don't know if there is something about that is not good, or if I'm trying to find something. I mean, obviously, it's not like terrible. I know that. I'm losing, dang near a pound a day. Probably half a pound realistically, but a pound a day. Me, half a pound a day. So with coffee, you know what I mean? So I'm like, you know, I'm still drinking coffee. I'm breaking my fast in the morning with the coffee. Because if you're not familiar, intermediate fasting, if intermediate fasting, which is basically just having like a feeding window, like you're a farm animal, like from 2 to 7 or whatever you eat, so your digestive system has a chance to you know burn all that extra stuff. So, but when you have um, coffee, well, it's actually when you have over 40 calories, it breaks your fast. So, if you just have a cup of black coffee, then you're fine. And I may have to go to that. But when you add creamer, a certain level, and I like mine very sweet. Um, as Crystalia would say, sweet, tartan. Um, but yeah, I like mine with a lot of creamer. It's almost like I either like it black or a lot of creamer. You know what I mean? Like this in between thing, you have to just go one or the other. Like I'd rather just have it black. If you're just gonna put like a little bit of creamer in it, then in my opinion, I'm just like, yeah, I might as well go all the way or not. But that's me. Everybody's different. My mom likes the littlest bit of creamer, and that's delicious to her. I mean, obviously, you know, she has taste buds. Like, she's probably purposely doing a lot less because, she knows how unhealthy it is. And me and my little brother's like, boop, 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 boop. So she's got what you gotta figure out in life. My mom's a master with the creamer. So, yeah. I am feeling a lot better. I'm working out, doing a lot of push-ups. I've got these bands. These bands are so nice. I can just like do all this crap in my room. I like working in my room. Like we've got a few weights in the garage, but right now our garage is like probably like most people's garages, like really packed with just crap. Honestly, I mean not trying to hate on the stuff in our garage. Okay, so the final. Okay, so there's two other things that I want to talk about today. Okay. So the last thing I'm going to be talking about is me getting a VR system and telling you my experience with that. But before we do that, I'm going to say this thing and it'll launch us into that VR conversation. So, I'm trying to think of how I should direct this. Kind of just, if you can, get into a meditative state a little bit, or if you don't meditate, I don't meditate, but get into what you think a meditative state would be, and just kind of chill and lose, just escape your life and escape everything around you, and just be, you know, be nothing. I don't know how to explain it. Just trying to chill there and just like get out of it and just imagine that you are on the earth and it's just the earth before humans have interacted with it. So imagine you're standing in a field or a forest or wherever you're located, wherever that terrain would be, and you look around, and everywhere you look, there's nothing. There's just nature and rocks and birds and, a lake, whatever. Now, open your eyes. Well, Riley, you didn't tell me to close my eyes. Open your third eye. No, I'm kidding. Open all your eyes, including your third eye, and look around you. The year is 2021. What is this thing? What the frick? What is this? Whoa. I mean, I'm being dramatic, but I mean, I did that, and then I'm like, I literally did just like meditate for a little bit, or meditate, and then kind of realized, I'm like, whoa, 2021, I'm alive, and I can reap the benefits of everything 2021 has. I mean, I listed a few things, but it's like, just look around you. Camera, microphone, cup. This, back then, would be the best cup in the entire world back then. People would be like, is a handle? It waterproof? Like, everything. This blankets, like, pillows. I mean, just anything you see, anything in your room or wherever you are, it's like, it's crazy. The internet, the metaverse, VR goggles, medications, vaccines, planes, cars, trains, colors. Like, there's so many colors that I feel like people probably didn't even know existed back then, right? You know what I mean? Like, if you walked in with like a purple shirt, people would be straight tripping. Or, like a really, really red shirt, or they've seen red blood. Let me try and think. Purple, pink, blue. The sky's blue. I'm trying to think of colors that, obviously all these colors are in nature somewhere, whether it's mushrooms or whatever. but not everybody's near locations that have those colors. I mean, just colors. But computers, whatever, that's another kind of one of those perspective things. Man, I hope this podcast is like somewhat cohesive. Is that even the right word? Who knows? But I think you guys get what I'm saying. Hopefully it's somewhat watchable / listenable, because for whatever reason I feel like I'm so janky. I mean, it doesn't help that, my door was like, and like, Zeus is striking down on me. Okay. But yeah, I hope it's decent. So my last bit to talk about before we end it is I got a VR. So rewind, the Metaverse. Mark Zuckerberg and just released this video. It's like an hour-long video of the Metaverse, and they use like CGI and visual effects to make it seem to show what they want it to look like. Like how they see the future looking, and that to me was so awesome because that to me was so awesome because it was creative. Plus, I like visual effects and everything like that. Plus, it's just cool. Almost looking into the future. Obviously, it's going to be not exactly like that, but it helps just imagine. So Facebook's VR system that they are most known for. No, Facebook's VR system is the Oculus Quest 2, and that's what they kept talking about throughout the thing. I'm like, well, that thing, I don't know, it looks pretty sick, and this whole Metaverse thing got me really excited, and so I ordered a VR system, and they're only like $325, um, and I was really excited. I got it a couple days ago. I've been playing it. It is so awesome. It is too awesome. Now, Riley, it's too awesome? How can it be too awesome? Well, I'll tell you. It is too immersive. Like, long story short, I played it. It's sick. I love it. Like, I'm doing shooter games, and it's so sick. But I take it off, and there's a motion sickness that I get sometimes. My little brother Jax doesn't get it at all. But there's a motion sickness that I get for just playing it too long. Because, I just get caught up in it. So I end up playing it for like 20 or so minutes. And then when I take it off, I just get motion sick. But the thing that really scares me about it is that it's too immersive. When I took it off, it's really hard to explain, but I felt like my hands were controllers, and I'm still looking through the VR goggles after I've taken them off. And that lasts for like a half an hour, or half an hour, 20 minutes strong, half an hour decent, and then, fizzles away after an hour. But it's almost like that feeling when you're like, too drunk, and it doesn't matter what you do, you're not gonna get less drunk in that second. It's like one of those things where it's like, oh, this feeling is so terrible. I just wanted to be boom, gone, but that it's impossible. That's kind of the feeling I get, and it makes you question reality a little bit. So maybe it's just the person I am, like, I don't know, but I was really excited for this Metaverse thing, but now that I saw that, like, I'll just stay in this world, dog. I don't know. I'm fine with this world, like, it's a trip. It is a trip. It is literally, ladies and gentlemen, a different world. Because think of this. When you're in the VR system, yes, your body is still in the same location, but does your consciousness enter the VR world? It's a possibility. Because really, it does feel trippy when I take it off. It really does feel like, whoa, hold on just a second. You almost forget about the other world when you're in there. It's that immersive. I mean, that's the only word I can use to describe it. You're immersed. You're completely sold. Or at least me. Like, I'm in it. And, it's not like the graphics on that Quest 2 aren't even insane. Imagine when we're able to, like, put, like, some of the Unreal Engine 5 graphics in that in real time. It's like, it's literally indistinguishable. So, and, I'm a 25-year-old who loves electronics and video games. I should be, the prime demographic, but, man. Like, it's almost like I don't know, it's a weird addicting feeling, because now I feel like when I take it back, I'm gonna want that feeling of being in that world and doing whatever I can do. It's honestly a pretty freaky it's really freaky, for sure. But like I kept, wondering, like, you know, this VR system, it's a standalone system. You don't even need a gaming PC. It's basically the same thing. It's just having a really powerful smartphone powering it. So I'm like, okay, well, it's not gonna be that, immersive. Maybe the the screen refresh rate isn't gonna be that great, but none of that mattered. The graphics didn't matter at all. The refresh rate, I think it was like 60 or 90. Some other ones are like, 120, 140, 240. But that none of that mattered. The bad graphics, the low hertz, I was still completely sold. So when it gets to the point that the Zuck wants it to be, man, I won't be surprised if there are people that live in there and never come out. And I'm not even kidding. I'm talking about, like, you'll be able to map out your house in augmented reality. So you don't have to take it off. You can see, your house with the goggles on. You can go sit on the toilet, and then you're sitting on the toilet, boom, go back in the virtual world, you're chilling, you're watching whatever, and then you're done on the toilet, boom, you go back where you can see, you walk out, you do whatever. It's like, even sleeping, people probably won't even take it off to sleep. It's like, there's gonna be like ASMR or some beautiful scenery in there or something, you know what I mean? Like, there's almost gonna be, for some people, obviously, and those people I think are gonna have, they're not quite normal, but I'm saying, it's like that there are for sure people. I wouldn't be surprised if there's already someone that's completely in the virtual world. And this all might, sound really foreign to some people who maybe have never tried VR, or maybe they have, and they're like, bruh, it's a game. Stop tripping. I know I'm tripping. I'm just saying how I feel. And that is a trip. For real. So yeah, I was excited about the metaverse and excited for VR, but now it just kind of made me a little freaked out. And honestly, to go full circle, gave me perspective, and made me appreciate the real world. Thank you everybody for watching. I upload podcasts every single ding dong Monday, and I will see you all next Monday. Peace.